Since we are speaking about IMF, a word now on why India abstained, and I'll ask the producers to put that graphics up because that's what government sources are telling us, that India abstained from the IMF voting on approval of that loan, not due to lack of opposition, but because IMF rules do not permit a formal no vote. And by abstaining, Shiv, India has conveyed its strong dissent within the constraints of the IMF's voting system. So it's perhaps that entire, the functioning of these international institutions which has to be questioned more than anything else, and how they are becoming irrelevant in current times. India, in fact, went on to strongly highlight Pakistan military's continued dominance in economic affairs, which undermines transparency, civilian oversight, and sustainable reforms. That's what Government of India sources are telling us. And India also questioned the effectiveness of ongoing IMF assistance, noting that Pakistan has received support in 28 of the past 35 years, including 4 programs in just the last 5 without meaningful or lasting reforms. So Pakistan does nothing but continues to get support from the IMF, Shiv. And it is largely driven, and the lobbying that happens is led by its all-weather friend, which is China.
I couldn't agree more with you, Maria, and I'm really glad you've put that out here because I think in the current context, the International Monetary Fund is basically a bankroller of terrorism. It has handed funds to a terrorist state. It has basically funded a country that is waging war against population centers in the country 2 weeks after sponsoring terrorists to murder Indian tourists in Pahalgam. The International Monetary Fund, we can dismiss it as a bloodless, soulless organization that needs to do the things that it needs to do because of many geopolitical pressures, like you rightly pointed out, China, etc. But, China, we do know, has a track record and a history of siding with Pakistan and trying to block global efforts in proscribing terror within Pakistan. That is a known devil. But I think the point that you made is perhaps the most important one, which is what about the other countries? What about the United States? What about European countries that did not abstain in this particular vote, considering that they've got so many duplicitous things to say about terrorism? And at this point of time, at a time when India is attacking Pakistan, Pakistan is using terror against India, is attacking Indian population centers. They've handed them $1 billion. So I think everyone's sort of very decaying view of these global institutions stands proven today. And I think questions will also need to be asked about why, in this current circumstance, our own diplomatic machinery was not able to, stop the IMF from handing Pakistan another $1 billion. I'm sure there are reasons for that. These institutions don't tend to do anything but go with their own political and geopolitical compulsions. But the questions will be, of course, asked here on NDTV. It's very clear that the IMF is a sponsor of terror in this context.
Absolutely.